Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. This is Jason the Nice One. It's very nice to see you all, as well as for those of you that are watching this on replay. Thank you all so much for being here. And for those of you watching on replay, I hope that you enjoy the film. Phantasm that's what we're seeing tonight. It's one of my all-time favorite horror films. In fact, my first watch was with our guests, Knight and Coriander. I just do need to make an apology up front. I sincerely apologize. They sincerely apologize. They will be unable to make it tonight. This last minute, some personal things happened that came up, and they needed to take care of those things. They are okay. There's nothing wrong. Just they send their apologies. They really wanted to be here tonight. They picked this one because this is one of their favorites as well, like I said, like mine. And so they really apologize for that. And I wish them well and that as well. And we'll be able to get together soon sometime. Things just happen sometimes. It's nothing serious or anything to worry about. And also, Katie is running behind a little bit late for work again, so she'll try to be on, but there's no guarantees. But she sends her apologies as well. But just a few items I wanted to go over before we begin tonight. And number one is that if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. It helps the algorithms, as well as it helps get the word out to more people on YouTube. That's how a lot of people do not understand how those work. It's technically really not where you're actually saying that you like it. It's basically that you're excited to see it. Basically, that's how I've always looked at it. When I found out that's how YouTube works. If more people like it, then they put it out and advertise it more and more heavily. And so that's why we as creators pound that a lot all the time. We don't mean to be annoying about that, but that does help us. It helps the channel, helps get the word out to more people. So we can invite and have more great people join our community of content creators. As well as if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon. That's very important when you do see a stream coming up that you're going to be attending. Not only hit the like button ahead of time, that again helps, as well as when you hit the subscribe button, also hit the bell icon. What that does is YouTube has a weird way of doing that. Sometimes those notifications alone don't work. And so if you hit the bell icon, you will definitely get a notice just before it starts. The event starts or the video starts or premieres, that you'll get that and you'll know that it's coming. So that's a really good way to do things. That way you'll never know that you won't be surprised by something coming up out of nowhere. Also, this channel does have a Patreon, just for a small monthly donation if you choose to. That will give you some really nice benefits and helps the channel to grow. But in any way that you can help this channel, it's so appreciated. And really, more than you'll ever know. It's appreciation. It just is wonderful. Love you all out there and appreciate you and every single one of you. That's why I do this for, is to share my passion for film, television, and theater to all of my friends out there in YouTube. Well, tonight I'm going to go ahead. I put in the description section the ways that you can see the film tonight. And so I'm going to go over those real quick with you. And let me click here. And hello, I just saw your comment, Ginger. Welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm glad to have you here with us. It's going really well tonight. It's my first day back at work. I've been sick for over a week, and it's nice to get back and feeling better. And I hope you're doing well as well. I hope that's true. Thank you so much for asking that. And as I said before, I'm just going to be getting that information out if you're staying with us to watch the film. Let me get that. I'm just getting that information right now. Here. Okay. If you do have, let me think. Really unusual here. Let me look here. Let me just reset my screen here on this end. This other screen I have popped up here. Okay, and yes, it is available on Paramount or Peacock if it's free with membership. If you have that, that's how I'll be watching is on Peacock. But also, if you need to, if you don't have any, the funds are a member of either one of those two streaming services. You can get it free with ads with Pluto TV, the Roku channel, or Tubi. Also, you can rent it for $2.99 from Vudu, or on YouTube, you can rent it for $2.99 in HD or $1.99 in standard definition. One of your choices. No, I'm so very sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's oh my gosh. Yeah, I had the flu. It was a stomach bug, and flu always does that. It was last Saturday. I just barely made it to our team meeting, which was just before lunch, and I was so pale, and my boss said, "Go home. You look very faint." And I did. I felt like I was going to pass out. When I get the flu, that happens. I knew that. And I've been out since then. I just went back to this today, and it's miserable being sick. Ugh, I hate it. And that's why I moved my one stream that's taking place tomorrow. I moved it to here because of that. It was scheduled last Saturday, but I just could not do a stream that week, last weekend. It's been scheduled for tomorrow, so I'll talk about that later after the end of the movie. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and set up my stream here real quick, and I have to go with. I've been having problems with Peacock. I've not been able to see it on my laptop, and solve the problem. Find out that for some reason it doesn't accept uh, Microsoft's browser, so it does accept Firefox. So that's what I do. I'll get that set up here real quick. If you are using a service with ads, we won't be pausing. Just go ahead and let it go. Sometimes, which with that, we're only about 10 to 20 seconds behind. And don't forget also to turn your closed captions on. Hey, Mayan, nice to see you. Glad you're here, as well as the Horror Cat Dad. Nice to see you here. Glad to have you here. Just went ahead and announced Mayan, Horror Cat Dad just arrived. I put in the description area the ways you can see the photo. The photo, I'm doing great. The film. I'll be watching it on Peacock, but you've got three different ways that you can see it free with ads. And again, we won't be pausing for that. So I'm just getting mine set up now. And I'm very sorry. Unfortunately, at just the last minute, Knight and Coriander had to back out. They just had some personal matters they had to take care of. They just came up. They're fine. There's nothing serious or anything. They apologize. They just need to take care of those things. And so we'll be doing it again sometime. We'll reschedule for something else. And they really wanted to be here. This is one of their favorite films. It's one of mine. In fact, my first watch of this film was with them. So that's why they were coming. And Katie's also she's got to be late from work tonight again, and she'll try to get on if she can. All right, I'm going to finish setting up there, my end. Okay. I'm just waiting for my uh, they run ads before Peacock. They run a little bit of time, so letting those run out. And yes, man, we are watching Phantasm. Definitely. Yep. Okay. As soon as my ads just run out, I'll let you know and we can get started. It is on Peacock. You just have there's some ads like always before. You just have to let those run and then hit pause. Yeah, Peacock, it's you pay for it, but it just think you put ads right before it. That's all. There's never ads in the middle of it. Let me. I still got about 100 minutes. Sorry about that, folks. Should have done this before. Yeah, it's only be my second watch. Ninja. Yeah, it's the only way I can describe it is it's scary, but it's also silly. Kind of a combination of things. But it's fun. I enjoyed it, and all of the services and even Tubi they run. It's the restored version. They restored it, and so it's really nice print of it. Sure, if you'd like to, sure, Hardcat, sure. Let me go ahead. I'll send you a StreamYard here. Let me do that real quick. But do you want me to just do that on Instagram? Let me know. Okay, I've got mine on pause. And I'm sending you the StreamYard here real quick. Okay, there you go. Cat down. I'm sending that stream to you. Oh, where did I get back to? I've got mine on pause. And so the rest of you, if you get ready, you can get that set up on 0. And also make sure you got your closed caption set. Is anybody besides myself? Is there any new viewers of this and newcomers to this film? Let us know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. And hello, Val. Nice to see you. Now, Val, just to catch up with that, we're just about to get started. Night and Coriander sends their apologies. They were some personal things came up last minute. They just need to take care of that, and everything's okay. They're all right. They just apologize. And Katie might be here. Just depends on when she gets off of work and gets home. And but we're I got the description section where you can view it. You can view it on Peacock or Paramount Plus if you're a member. If not, we do have through Roku, Tubi, and I can't remember the other one. There's a couple of them that I have free with ads if you want to use one of those services. And then if you have any problems with that, let me know with that link. Just wait for Larry to pop on here and we can get started. Alrighty. Let me get him on here real quick. Here, buddy. How you doing, Larry?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
I don't want you to fly solo, man.
Oh, that's I appreciate that.
No problem.
And, let me real quick and
Just gotta find it. Let's see.
And can everybody hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Okay. Do you hear an echo at all, or?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, I have to keep my volume just slightly lower than everything. I was doing my Jeepers Creepers, and I had it full blown volume that I usually have. Never had a problem before, but when I was replaying my video just to check it and all that, the finale got caught through my earphones, came through to my microphone, and I had to delete the stream. The end.
Oh, wow.
So like, I'm looking at them shutting me down, that's for sure. There is a slight echo? Okay. I appreciate that. Let me find that out real quick.
That's strange because I don't hear one.
Yeah, Ginger's hearing one. Oh, I know why. I'll solve that problem right now. I've got the mainstream you guys are seeing on. Because you still hear an echo? Yeah, I do. I hear it. Ginger? That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Let me real quick.
So you said you're watching this on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm watching it on. They have it on Freevee, so.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that. Okay. Let me try something real quick. I don't want to do this, but let me try coming back on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, that's funny.
So how's it going, everybody? I don't know if this kicks me out too, or if I'm here and y'all see me or hear me.
Here we go. No, I still. Dang it, that's weird.
What do you like? What's this like? How's your setup for the microphone and everything?
It's usually never had a problem like this before. They did say there was a message about there having an echo, but that's with Android. That's if you're using a phone. I'm using my computer. That's unusual.
So what's the input on your laptop for the mic? Because it could be. I'm wondering if it's cross picking up the mic from the laptop, and then your.
Oh yeah, usually I was wondering because I think I got that shut off. Let me make
Okay.
sure. Let me go to my settings real quick here.
Hey Val, how's it going? Okay, so Man and Ninja say that they still saw me while you were out. I was curious if I was going to get kicked out.
Yeah, usually no. That's happened before. Carrie said that happened to one on her first stream, and she had to come back on and with via her phone because her internet went down. Yeah, it says for microphone. It says, yeah, it says my headset. The one on the Realtek is, yeah, turned off. And it's showing up on my, yeah. That's weird. Let me try something real quick here.
If you go into the audio settings for StreamYard, what does it show as your mic?
Ah. Yeah, that's the Logitech. Yeah, that's my headset. Shows both of them that this is a Logitech, so.
Interesting.
Let me see something real quick here. If I can hear that. Yeah, I've still got. There you go. That is so weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Never had that problem before.
I wonder if it's just like, so is it like StreamYard for you? Is it like downloaded, or is it just through their website?
It's through their
To their site? Okay.
yeah, to their site. Yeah, yeah, everything is automatic, and so they can't. My laptop camera is completely shut down. Just doing the new one, so I can see my face now finally. All right. So anybody in the chat, Ginger, did you still hear an echo? So I got the volume turned on now, so I wouldn't want them to affect the. Shouldn't really hear. It's not too bad. Okay. And hopefully, we won't be able to hear the movie. I don't think you'll be able to. Alrighty. I'm going to split my screen here. All right. Everybody's ready. We'll all start counting from 10 just in case, and then I'll say a play.
Yeah, I'm at 4 seconds at the Will Go USA Entertainment. I'm at that.
All righty. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
So this is your second time watching this?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I watched the first with Night and Coriander.
Did you? Are you watching the remastered version or the?
Yes. The remastered. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really. JJ did a great job on it for sure.
I really like this because it had a nice combination of the horror plus the little bit of silliness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got also. I mean, it's all over the place. I mean, most of the Phantasm, the series as a whole is like, it's just all over the place with the story and with what's going on. And you got Reggie. Who have you seen any of the other ones past this one?
I haven't yet. I've got to start watching them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I won't say anything because Reggie's like, yeah.
I had an interesting bit of trivia when we watched my first episode for our fast, a Halloween marathon. Found out the house of that was used, the exterior and interior were burnt offerings. They used the same house here for the exterior. It's interesting.
Yeah. It's like the captions are hilarious.
Yeah.
And they took this. It took them like forever to do this movie too because they were filming like on the weekends only.
Oh wow.
So it took them like, I think it took them like a couple of years to actually get the whole movie done because they were just
Oh
film. They
boy.
only would film on like Saturday, Sunday, and like they tried to get as much as they
Oh
could.
wow. I remember because on Carrie's last night watching Chamber of Secrets in that part where he Harry does it says diagonally or something instead of Diagon Alley with the flu powder,
Mm.
and the captions said diagonally. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Reggie, the ice cream man.
Yep.
Cheers, everybody. And it's just coffee, by the way. It's gotten pretty chilly where I'm at, so
Yeah,
I
I
was
know.
like,
I'm
oh
about ready
man,
to do that
have
myself.
have me some coffee.
Still amazes me how even as an adult, I just thought when the tall man, he is still so creepy. Oh,
Oh
that's such a
yeah.
good actor. Such a good actor. The way he walks on it. Oh my gosh.
Hmm. Super nice too. Like in person, I got to meet him once before he
Oh,
passed away,
neat.
and he was super nice. Like he was uh he was so like he was so into it. Like he enjoyed the fans and everything, and then he
Hmm.
just, we took a picture together, and I have a picture of him when he's doing the tall man face, like that, that face. And then he just turns to me, he's like, so what do you do? And then he just, it's like I was talking to a grandfather or something.
Hmm.
This is like he was so interested in
Oh,
like what I do. And I was like, oh man, that's super cool. And then when I found out he passed, I was like, man, it was like it tugged on the heartstrings because he was
yeah.
super super cool and nice.
It's
He was
awesome.
also in the first subspecies too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he
That's why I
plays
said
the king in subspecies.
that's always interesting. Some of the going through the 70s and 80s, all the films I have or haven't seen, and some of them I'm like, I can't believe it let me pass me. Some of them passed me by.
Hmm.
Like I'd never seen Terror Train. I'm like, well, the fog, and then Terror Train, and then the prom. I go, how did that skip by me? I'd seen the prom, and the fog. Like it
Hmm.
was so good. I finally saw it the other night with Craven, and I loved it. Man, it was good.
I wonder how many people in the chat have not seen this movie.
Yeah.
See, I'll see if since you've seen this already, Jason.
Hmm.
The whole reason why they go after this kid is because he's driving the motorcycle on to the cemetery. That's my theory.
Yeah. That's
It's
what.
like
Yeah. Kind of makes sense to me too.
it's like, oh, you're gonna mess up our grass, well, we're gonna hunt you and your
Yeah.
family down.
Down. Yep.
Yeah, I really do like the way that they restored this. It looks amazing.
Does. And I've heard. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've heard that a lot of people like the second one even better.
Yeah, a lot of people like this the second one. It's been a while since I've seen that one. I actually remember part three a lot more
Hmm.
because I remember that one a lot more because I actually rented it a couple of times when I was younger.
Hmm.
And I remember the first one, but I remember those two the most. It took me forever to watch four and well, the last one just came out like a couple years back or something like that. Four is really good too. I like four a lot. I like it better than part three. Part three is a lot more campy.
Hmm. Yeah. Now I
But
already
yeah,
noticed it. I'm noticing a couple of things I didn't notice before. Now I notice it now, and it's kind of funny. Like this warbling. I thought, oh, I know what that is. Been going in and out for just a second. I'm trying to finish my dinner here.
There's a guy that was having fun in the cemetery. See, all these people that are, doing stuff in the cemetery, that's how they get in trouble, and that's why they're getting hunted down. Just messing with the cemetery. Yeah, and I have to go back and watch part two. It's been forever since I've seen it. I never understand why the kid couldn't be at the funeral, the brother.
Uh, no worries, man. Just do what you need to do. Yeah, I recognize that house now, man. Definitely.
I like this part right here where like the tall man just like picks up the whole thing by himself.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how you know, like, oh, okay, interesting. All right, I got a commercial.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the interesting thing too is that Angus Scrim is like tall already, but
Hmm.
and you can kind of see it in some of the scenes when he's like walking down the street. You can actually see he still has like lifts.
Yeah.
Like he's still got the heels. Like aside from him already being tall and lanky, he had like
Wow.
they put a little bit of a lift so he can be like that much imposing. All right, I got 10 seconds till the ads are done. And we're back.
Hmm.
Yeah, this movie has, like you said, it has a great mix of different stuff in it. Like it's got some creepy elements to it, and then it's got some silliness, and yeah, like this scene right here where he goes to the fortune teller or whatever.
Hmm.
It's got like this eerie mood to it. Man, all those candles around. It's like I'm surprised there's like they don't have a fire or something.
I know.
It's like one big gust of wind knocks one of those over, and that's it.
Yep. From smoke.
Something about those old muscle cars that are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Another interesting, funny bit is that back when Joe Bob was first coming back on Shutter, he did like a marathon of all the Phantasm movies
Mm-hmm.
except for part two.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is, well, his reason being is, I'm pretty sure it's because of like licensing or something. I don't know. But his reasoning was because they destroy the car in like, part two. I'm not really giving anything away, but it's like they destroy the car in part two,
Mm-hmm.
and like he thought that was like cinematic, you know, that was cinematic,
Mm-hmm.
a cinematic crime.
Yeah.
So he refused to do part two.
Oh my gosh.
It's like he refuses to do Halloween 3.
Yeah.
Brother Jody's got a David Hasselhoff thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the Michael Knight jacket and then the hair.
Yeah. I think I'm a unique person being my age because I'm between the 70s and 80s, and everybody thought, "Oh, the 80s, you're just that's so weird." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did. You don't remember the 70s?"
I semi remember the 80s for the most part. I was born
Never
in
had a.
82, so I mean, I'm early 80s.
I remember the. I had a jacket that had, I can't remember what you call those, rhinestones, or what were the, but it was a bicentennial for the country. And it had all this
Mm.
1976 on the back of it with those stones. And it was like, oh my God, it was so 70s. Like, I look at it now, I can't even, my gosh. Only my granddaughter can fit into it
Boom.
now. I said, I was never that tiny. Mm-hmm.
I never noticed that the little girl has a star on her face.
Mm.
Put your hand in the box. They got this. They got this from straight from Dune. I see.
Yeah.
Don't fear the Reaper. Don't fear the Reaper, Mikey.
Oh my God.
Man, they're like, man, we got another one. We suckered another one. Help keep your city clean. Eat ice cream.
Yeah. What about those ads? Oh my gosh.
You want me to pause
Tubi
it?
drives me. Oh no, that's okay. I don't have ads, but something about those ads like Tubi that drive me crazy is when the very last of the ads comes right at the crux of the third act of the movie. They're like, excuse me?
That's interesting. I never noticed he's drinking Dos Equis Amber there. I never noticed that before. And
That poor
that's
kitty
it.
has nothing to do.
What?
That poor kid has seen some of the half the price problems. It does nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But Spy.
Dune's Cantina.
All the places that I could do that, I would not want to do in a cemetery. Even before I saw this movie, I'm like, no. Mm-mm.
See, I'd understand if if she was like if this lady was like goth or something, you know.
Yeah.
But she just looks like a normal lady. Bush.
And 9 always says it's if you fornicate, you die. Those are the rules.
Yeah, that's basically in any horror film. That's what happens. It's like, oh, you just met this girl last night or tonight in the same night. And you're already up to the devil's business. Yep,
Yeah.
time to die. Man, so little brother's got nothing better to do.
Wow. Last thing I want to see is my big brother going at it. Jeez. And those sounds are creepy.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, here we go. We're gonna stumble onto something he wish he wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's an evil Jawa.
That wasn't any covert. Everybody blames it on the wind. You're a bunch of idiots.
He's like, where did her underwear go? They were just in his mouth like a second ago.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't want his little brother to see what he was up to.
Uh,
I don't know, something out of Star Wars. I don't know what it was. I guess that's what you do in a small town, is just like, pick up loose women and just go have fun in the cemetery.
uh,
And he's going right back. He's like, well, I better finish off. After he sent his brother away. After he sent his brother. See, this was actually I just got a commercial. I have to say this one was actually a decent cutaway, because
yeah.
it faded to black as he was walking away, and then the
Mm-hmm.
commercial started. I'm like, nice. They
Oh,
actually it can happen every now and again.
I see, I'm a little bit ahead of you then. Yeah, I just the little kid's his dream. Yeah, that still freaks me out when that happens.
Oh, is that Mimi Driver? She's got an old Bausch legacy.
Oh, that march. That is.
So, in your opinion, what do you think? Because usually, whenever I talk to people that see Phantasm, they can't explain what's
Mm-hmm.
going on. So, you've seen it once already. So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you do you think the movie is about?
I think I have a hard time either. I'm trying to figure out either if it's like some type of alien force of the world that's trying to get people for experiment. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Still leaves a lot of questions in my mind. That's why I keep wanting to watch it over and over again, just to
Try to make
even
something
watch
out of it.
trying to watch the sequels, and which I kind of like those movies. Like to this day, I've seen. Oh my gosh! First time I ever saw 2001: A Space Odyssey was on a big screen, and I've seen it about 3 or 4 times since, and I'm still like, okay, it's still warbling around in my head.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just for the era of
Hmm.
of when the film came out. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot of movies like that. I mean, heck, even the original Shining. You know,
yeah.
it's kind of like you understand the main part of it, but all the other stuff that's going on around, it's like they don't fully explain
Hmm.
everything.
Even as well as I like the book and the film version. Doctor Sleep, it still never that explains Danny's, but it doesn't really explain even anything from the previous film at all about Jack and yeah, how his connection was, and
Hmm.
especially all that ending with that painting, that photo. You're like, what? It's like the end of what do you call it? Someone with Christopher Nolan did the one with Leonardo
It's
DiCaprio.
Oh, Inception.
Inception. Yeah, they're still not ending. People still debating and debating that. I have my own feelings about that one, but that's what I saw a later interview about a year ago with the director and Christopher Nolan. He kind of explained it, but which makes sense. Which I always thought, because he always said, Christopher Nolan said, "Who's the one person throughout the whole movie that's never seen it in the dream world?" That was Michael
Hmm.
Caine. I said, "Well, then
Hmm.
that makes sense. The ending, then okay, then that was for real, yeah, because he was there with them and with the kids."
Hmm.
So that made I look back and say, "Yeah, that makes sense."
So, what part are you on right now?
So where are you at?
I'm at the part where Jody's in the bar. He's talking to the bartender, and they just showed that part
Oh,
where
okay.
the tall man was walking down the street, and you could see his platforms and stuff.
Oh,
Where he's like right by Reggie, and you
oh
can
okay.
feel
I,
he feels the cold.
okay. Because I'm at yeah 3101. He's going into the cemetery and the boy. I could pause if you wanted me to.
I'm at 2802. I think
Okay.
it's just because the commercials are our commercials are off. I think that's why.
Commercials. Well, because I'm not getting any commercials, so yeah. With
Mm.
Peacock only does it at the beginning
Oh, okay.
with membership, and
Oh,
so
was it on premium on Peacock?
yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, I would have had to have had a premium one.
yeah. I did that just for the heck of it. Just tried it for a while, and I thought I'd go back to normal because I got a special with it for like 6 months. I got it for $2.99 a month.
Hmm.
I'm sure that'll go off. It'll be only $6. Still isn't bad, but
That's why for the longest time, like I only recently canceled my Shutter account because I was buying it for the year and it was a pretty good price. I think it was like I think for the year I was only paying, I think it was like 50 some dollars, but then like the price went
Hmm.
up per year. And then so I was just
Yeah.
like, well, I don't really watch it too much. I usually just watch it when Joe Bob is, is on. And every now and again, like I'll find something like, a documentary or something. But a lot of the stuff that's on there, I feel
Hmm.
like it's kind of eh. They did have the Phantasm
Yeah.
movies on there for the longest time, so that's why I was like, I searched there first because even though I canceled it,
Hmm.
it's already past my renewal, so I still have it for another year.
Ah.
So I still have it till May.
Well, Professor Macabre, welcome.
Hey, Macabro, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Want to join us? You can either watch on free with ads on Tubi or Roku channel, or you can also, if you have Peacock Premium, you can watch it there as well. I remember in college, a friend of mine, their sophomore year, he's trying to look around for a nice apartment. He said, I found a 5 bedroom house. Man, it's going to be only, back then, this was the 80s, but it was 600 a month. It was a 5 bedroom. But it
Wow.
used to be a funeral home. I'm like, are you kidding me? That was the creepiest year of my life. I'm like,
Wow. I can only imagine. I mean, hear random stuff in the
mm.
middle of the night, or even heck during the day, during daylight. I'm sure you would
And the
hear some
fact was
stuff.
that they rebuilt the embalming room as the kitchen. And I'm like, I had to stop thinking about that one. Where to cook meals in that kitchen.
Yeah, sorry, I keep muting or they keep turning on the vacuum in the other room. So I don't know if it's actually picking up on the microphone. That's crazy though. Like I can't imagine that $600 for a 5 bedroom apartment.
Even back then, yeah, it was cheap.
Right?
Because they usually,
I
most
don't get.
places would charge that per person.
Hmm. Well, that's how my old apartment. Um, I think my old apartment was a 2 bedroom. It was a big 2 bedroom, and it was like two baths,
Hmm.
small kitchen, and it was like 900 something. And then,
Yeah,
but it included the utilities, but it per person.
yeah.
So it was more because it was like two people there. So once my roommate was gone and it was just me, it went down a little bit. But
Hmm.
yeah, I can only imagine back then. It's like, man, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. We had a few stuff, little incidents that happened, but never any apparitions or anything, or nobody got possessed.
Well, that's good at least.
Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. I've dealt with that
Like,
with other places I've lived with friends, but
so was that? What was up with that lighter? It was like the flame was like this high, man. It was like a torch.
yeah,
So Val hasn't seen this one in a while.
in a long time. Yeah. Wow, boy. I forgot he drew blood like that on him.
Hmm.
This is so gnarly. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, for it being um, so low budget as it is, I mean,
Yeah.
the effects for this were really good. I think the sphere. I think they had like
Mm-hmm.
I think they had only made like two of them. I think.
Mm.
Trying to remember.
Between him and the creeper and Jeepers Creepers is just even in the dark, they're so creepy.
I don't know. I couldn't really get into Jeepers Creepers too much. I saw the first one, and yeah, I haven't seen any other of them since.
I liked it. It wasn't too bad, but yeah, Gary told me she won't watch beyond two. She's after that, and it's got the stupid, really dumb. Of course, I've heard all the worst things about the new one. It was over CGI'd and
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't even want to get started on bad CGI or over CGI stuff. It's like I can go on and on about that stuff. I mean, just look at The Thing
makes me
2011.
crazy. Uh,
Hopefully, eventually, at some point, I'll find somebody to do the thing, to do the thing like a
mhm.
watch along for that.
I was surprised the first time I watched that how amazing those special effects were for that time period.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, and like I mean,
well, I
just
thought,
everything. It's just
mhm,
crazy. Everything in that movie, the what they came up with, is just nuts. I mean, even so much so that like even that scene where they eat the dude's arms off. I mean, they used an
mhm.
actual amputee for that scene, like an amputee stunt
Oh
double.
wow.
And so that's why it was like when he came up and he didn't have his arms. I mean, that was it. That was because they used an actual amputee stuntman. So, oh man, here we go.
Hey, Katie. So glad you made it home okay.
Man, he really bit
Yeah,
into
I
that
remember
dude's
when I.
arm.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
I think it amazed me, like too, like his perspective and age groups, and like I remember when I first saw Psycho for the first time. Of course, I knew about the shower stuff, not that, but through the eyes of my mother, I could see where she back then how terrifying it was. Like she's the shower sequence, the screams came from the theater, and I thought, wow, that would have been neat to experience that. And we have this local theater, having an American Fork, that this couple bought it, the old squeaky, the old sticky shoe, and he's made it into a performing venue. But also the main area is it's the old theater, so it's the old 75 millimeter screen, and he bought it to show old movies. And during Halloween a couple of weeks ago, he showed Psycho, and I said, "What the hell? I'm gonna go watch it on the big screen." And all a bunch of new kids, Gen Y, all that. They were all screaming. They had never heard about the shower scene, nothing about it, and they were screaming.
wow. We'll see. It's like so you say that experience and oh,
Yeah,
by the way, hi Katie. I wanted to say hi. I saw you
yeah.
popped in. Um, I have a similar story for The Exorcist. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I, because me personally, I know this might be a hot take, but I'm not the biggest fan of The Exorcist. I kind of it makes me laugh a
Uh-huh.
little too much. I like this part too with the hand that's like sticking through the door, and then he just cuts off the fingers. That's pretty funny. I always thought that was funny.
Yeah,
Sorry, sorry I went off tangent, but
yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I can understand why it's considered like the scariest movie of all time. I mean, my mom, she
For its
saw it in the
time, yeah.
theaters. Yeah, for its time, she saw it in the theater, and she told me that all the stuff that you hear about people like freaking out and like having to be, all this stuff like outside of the theater and calling you know ambulance and people panicking and all that stuff, like that actually happened. She can attest
Hmm.
to that. And I was like, really? And that's one of my mom's favorite movies is The Exorcist. Like she loves that movie. And
Oh,
I was
wow.
just like, oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, like I said, for me though, it's maybe because I really watched it when I was in high school. So for me, a lot of the stuff was kind of funny. So I don't
Hmm.
know. But again, I mean, it's not, I don't dislike it and I don't hate it. It's not, I don't see it the way a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
And I feel sometimes like,
That's weird. Maybe it
go
was
ahead.
for me when I finally sat down and watched it. It was when I finally came and watched it finally after all these years. I'm trying to avoid it because I don't like possession movies. But if I sat down, let me just watch it the theater, whatever. I could see it where it's iconic time period or whatever. But I don't know. For me, it made me sick to my stomach. I just thought this is so just. Ugh. I just didn't. I don't know what it was. I didn't like the fact that maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's because it was just so very. Well, most things are politically motivated. I mean, any type of thing are socially motivated. In writing, that's something that's natural in art. Period. But he was had a very anti-Catholic sentiment about it, and Shirley MacLaine turned the role down. That's why Ellen Bernstein took it because Shirley MacLaine told William Blake that wrote the book told me you shouldn't be fooling around with crap like that. And but I don't know. But it was. There were moments when I look at it now and I thought, yeah, by my today's standards, I was like, yeah, there were moments that were just so ridiculous and overboard, and
Hmm.
especially some of the sexual stuff toward with Regan. I'm like, that's a bit too much. That I'm like, no, that's almost laughable. You have to, or it makes you go crazy. It's just so
Yeah.
dumb. It's just. Then you what? And I watched just the three Conjuring films, especially the first two. It's so different. I
Hmm.
think better. James Wan did better, and with it. And third didn't bother me too bad, but I could see where people didn't like it because it went off pattern.
Well, see, like for me, there, one of my users at where I work is they're like a huge Conjuring fan, and I just told them like, well, I've seen the first one, and it's just for me, I'm like, you know, and it's like I saw the first. I will say I really like the beginning when they showed the Annabelle, like that beginning intro part of
Hmm.
the doll. I thought that part was really really cool, and but it's like the same. Like I've seen like Insidious 1, 2, and I think I've seen part 3. I can't remember, but I've seen 1 and 2 for sure that I do remember. It's like Saw, the same thing. I've seen up to part 3, and then afterwards I'm like, okay, it's just the same stuff, like it's like the Fast
Yeah,
movies or or the Final Destination films. It's just like okay, I know where this is going. I don't, you know, I just like I'm
yeah.
I guess
I
for
think
me
I
it's
do
just got to
believe
be.
where you sit. Then you get to the point.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You can finish. Yeah.
No, no, I was just gonna say is like I guess for me I need something like different, I it just I don't know. Just you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's just kind of like it gets to the point where like, okay, it's beating a dead horse,
Yeah. That's why for me, I thought, yeah, this is when they finally did, Halloween Kills and Ends and all that. And I thought, why do you want more Michael? I don't understand it. I just don't. I'm like, I think that's why people disrespect the horror genre so much because of that. It's like just remakes and remakes and remakes and reboots and go on and on and on. Then either that or they're doing 4K restorations of the old ones. And I'm like, you watch something like Ty West or something when he does something, or especially his new one I started. I'm interested to finishing. It's interesting. I haven't seen the Haunting of Hill Houses one, but I started the House of Usher and I actually liked the first episode. It was interesting some of the stuff he did. That it's different
hmm
parts of Poe that he's doing, and it's interesting. It's something new like that, just something different every once in a while. Not, like Terrify. Oh, it's a new icon. I'm like, no, it's gross. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
I
it's
only saw
another
the
one
second
that
one. And I just thought,
I'm right there with you. I everybody goes on and on about Terrifier and Art the Clown and stuff, and I just kind of like I was like, okay, well, let me check it out. And then somebody really was
yeah,
pushing, part two on me, or not pushing it onto me, but they kept telling me that it was really good. And then I was like, oh, it's on Prime, so I saw it, and I was like, eh, you know. I'll say this: I mean, the effects are amazing. The effects are amazing. I actually really loved
oh
the
yeah,
score. The score is really good. And then, but I was just like, what's the motivation? I felt like it was a little too mean spirited, and
yeah.
gross for the
Well,
sake
to
of
me,
being
that
gross.
10 minute in the bedroom scene, I actually, it's the first time I've ever walked out of a movie theater. I actually threw up on my way out. I don't know what it was. I guess it was just a
No,
torture, that long, drawn out. Yeah, I just couldn't
I will say this:
handle it.
I did laugh. I did laugh at one part where the kids go trick or treating, and he has the mom's head and the
Hmm.
candy's in it, and then that one kid gets a second piece for whatever reason. Like when
Hmm.
he slaps his hand and goes like does the like just
Hmm.
no just one. I
Hmm.
started busting out laughing. I don't know why. Like I maybe because it was just like out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that, but I thought that was funny. But beyond that, like yeah, I mean, maybe if I go back and watch like the first one or even All Hallows Eve or something, because people tell me All Hallows Eve is pretty good. So I don't know.
Yeah, catch up on the chat here for a second. Hello, how are you, Jason Entertainment? Forgot we missed you. Glad to see you here. He was asking a question on you gonna watch the Marvels or the Killer? I don't know just yet. I've fallen away from the Marvel universe after for a while. I don't know. I've gotten tired of it. I should get back and catch up on it, but I don't know why.
Yeah,
And yeah, I agree.
I
It's
don't I
with
don't I don't know. I probably am not gonna watch either one of those. No interest.
Professor Macabre. I like his. I also agree. They see that sounds so weird to somebody to put on. I think Poltergeist is creepier than The Exorcist. Yeah, that's my generation. I would. Yeah, to me, Poltergeist was very creepy.
Yeah,
The original one.
yeah. The thing with that with the clown and yeah, there was the dude that's ripping his own flesh off on his face. I mean, there's a lot of
Oh
creepy
yeah,
elements to that.
and that. When they didn't tell what's the name, the female lead, the mother. Those were actual skeletons they were using. I said that got a real reaction out of her. Dang, that's cruel, but it worked.
Well, I mean, just look at what Kubrick did to Duvall,
Yeah,
where he kept like just digging at her, and she just like so all those like reactions from her like are all tensed up. It's all real because of that.
that's so interesting way because
It's
his
just
approach toward the boy was so different. That's interesting. Like I said, with the boy,
yeah,
he's filmed everything separate, and the actor that played it, he never knew it was a horror movie until he saw it as an adult.
yeah. I
See,
got
when
to
she's
meet
carrying him or
him.
something, whatever they said, it was a dummy. It was a dummy.
Mm, yeah, yeah, of course. And then when I met him, he said that because I asked him, I was like, what was it like working with Jack Nicholson? And he said like, oh, it was great. He was like super nice. He would take me and my family out to dinner, and all this stuff. And I was like, man, that's pretty cool to be able to like, it's Jack Nicholson. I don't know. He's my favorite actor
Hmm.
of all time. And I
Yeah,
mean, just to
my
be able
mother's.
to
He
like,
was my mother's favorite.
it's
My
funny how
mother adored him.
we kind of went off on a tangent from
Yeah,
from Phantasm.
yeah. Me, I just got through. Yeah, I'm still just now they've discovered he found that Tommy was converted to one of those creatures. That was pretty awesome scene when you realize who it is. You're like, oh dang!
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's Tommy.
But yeah, see, like I feel like these, and it's interesting because you watch we were talking about all the franchises and stuff like that. See, I didn't get bored with the
Hmm.
Friday the 13th franchises. I didn't get bored with, the Freddy movies. It's like,
I
yeah,
didn't either.
they had their campiness, they had their like, dodgy effects. They had their, too slapsticky of Freddy when he started, after
Hmm.
part 3. But I don't know, they were still fun movies, I don't know what it is.
I think
It's like I
I think
can't.
it was well too because I think they never knew what they took. I don't think they took themselves seriously. They knew what they were doing. Sometimes it landed, sometimes it didn't with everybody. But I thought it was great. And I even do like, even though I know people joke about, there's parts of it because, and actually, I saw um, Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, when I was in college, and then I didn't see any of the rest of them until then when I saw it the next time, it was Freddy's Dead. Then I went back and rewatched the other ones up to Freddy's Dead before Wes Craven's New Nightmare came out,
Hmm.
and yeah, there were a few dumb things about Freddy's Dead, especially the 3D. Oh my gosh, that blue and red. Oh my gosh, that gave you such a headache.
Hmm.
But but other than that, I mean, I liked them, and
Well, yeah, I mean, like me, I think I said it in one of my videos. It's like a lot of these old movies I saw at my cousin's house because they always
hmm
rented either Cheech and Chong movies or horror movies, one
hmm
or the other.
yeah,
So it was always like they always had either Freddy or they had some Jason movie or some Michael movie, and or Cheech and Chong.
yeah,
So for me, I saw the original Nightmare on Elm Street on VHS. It was a rental at their house, and
hmm
that scared me. I was like, wow, this is pretty legit.
oh yeah,
And then I remember them when I saw Nightmare 3, and I was like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. It was like it still had, and that's why it's my favorite because it's still dark, but it still has that
hmm
good balance of dark humor Freddy, not
hmm
slapsticky Freddy, just
Freddie,
dark
yeah,
humor Freddy,
yeah,
where he's still menacing, he's still terrifying, and I like the aspect of the kids, having the
yeah.
powers to fight back.
I'm back with them and having had Heather come back, and that was so amazing. And
Hmm.
I can't think. I think it was the actor that was with the psychologist with her. He's always such a good actor. He's in a lot of horror films and suspense thrillers at that time period. And he's a really good actor. And he was in one that I really liked. It's one of my favorites. It's Ghost Story. It's back in the early '80s. It was based on Peter
Hmm.
Straub book, and it had him. It had Fred Astaire and John Houseman and Douglas Fairbanks Jr. and Melvin Douglas and all these great old actors. And it was kind of a sensual piece, but it still was very well done and very well creepy as all get out. These old Titan actors, they were really so good together. And
I need to go back and watch that one because I've heard of it and I've seen like stuff on it, but it's one of those that I like a good like ghost story like movie. That's why I like The Fog so
mhm,
much because it has that almost
yeah,
ghost story like feel to it, and so I like movies like that. It's just one of those that it's on my list to go back and see. I don't know if you've seen the In Search of Darkness documentaries.
hmm I haven't.
You haven't?
I haven't. Mm-mm.
Wow, they're really good. I actually got a lot of movies from there that I had never seen before, like Dead and Buried, The Keep. Like
hmm
when I was watching them, like I was like making notes. I was like doing lists of movies. Oh, I want to see this one. I want to see this one. So
hmm
that's how I ended up going back and watching like movies that I had missed when I was younger.
hmm
Dang.
I have to put this up for you to see it.
Is it daytime where you're at? Or is it just really, really good lighting? Yeah, it's good lighting. Good lighting for sure.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same light setup I use for my videos. Wow, Dr. Pepper. I didn't notice that before. On the back of the ice cream truck.
I saw it the other day. Somebody, I think I put it on my Instagram. I didn't realize they sold Mountain Dew hot dogs. I'm like, that was so weird. I thought, I can't
Oof.
even imagine. And when Dr. Pepper had the Peeps flavor, I had no desire to. No, no,
What's funny is when I was younger, I had like I guess it was like lip balm. There was a lip
Mm-hmm.
balm of Dr. Pepper.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when I was younger, I actually had a stick of that because I was a huge when I was younger. I loved Dr. Pepper so much, and so I was like, and I mean, you can't. It's not like you can eat lip balm, right? But it's just like I would take the cap
No.
off, I'd smell it, and I'd like, But then it became like I wouldn't use it because I'm really weird about stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't like stuff on my
Yeah.
hands, and then like stuff like
Mm-hmm.
like that on my lips and stuff. So for me, it's just more of like I would smell it like, oh, Dr. Pepper, oh, Dr. Pepper. But going back to Phantasm, I feel like this movie didn't outstay its welcome. I wish they would have maybe
Yeah.
done a little bit better for the last one. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to give anything away, but I feel like this is a series that did really well. But that's the thing, if you watch the next few, I mean, it's like the same, but it's a different movie, you know? So it's
Okay,
not
yeah.
it's not the same over and over stuff. I mean, yeah, there's still the tall man, and he is the main
Mm-hmm.
like antagonist, right? But it's just like the movies are different.
Yeah. Well, it's like me. Thought it was so great. Where finally watched Terror Train. I thought, okay, well, that's a similar setup to the prom. Someone getting revenge against kids that did something in their past, but you can't see two completely different movies, different plots. And I think Terror Train was even more terrifying than the prom. And the prom was pretty creepy.
Yeah, Terror Train's pretty good. That's another one that I had gone back to not too long ago, and I rewatched it. And yeah, I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, man, she was just killing it back then. I mean, she's a great actress, but I mean, back then she was the final girl for sure back then. Like she was the queen of the final girls back then, in
Yeah,
my
she
opinion.
was. Mm-hmm.
I never got to try
Yeah,
the
because she has
Peepsy.
similarities with her mom, but she's
No, I'm sorry, I was
uh,
responding to Macarbo's message. Sorry about that.
oh yeah, yeah. She definitely has a lot of similarities with her mom, but she's her own person, her own
Hmm.
style, and
I'm trying to think, and I think I said this with the fog, and when I was doing it with Dawn. I can't remember and I haven't looked it up, but I'm not sure if that's the first time and the only time that they've worked together, her and her mother in a movie.
yeah, it was the fog was the first time, They didn't really have a scene together, dialogue, but H2O was the final one. That's where she got to do a scene. She played her secretary. And so they actually got to do a scene together. And that was just before Janet Leigh died. That's pretty sad. She never really knew her dad. He was always gone, and she does have some traits from him. Don't do that with that bullet, you crazy boy. Go off on you. I was like, I got one opportunity on this by accident here because he used to live in Lehigh when he was alive. His daughter owned a cafe. He still owns a cafe out here in Lehigh. Wilfred Brimley. One time I was in there for breakfast, and he happened to be in there, and he was just so nice, sit down and talk. And he said he really did. That was one. The Thing was one of the movies he was most proudest of. He really liked working with John Carpenter, and the whole cast was really good to work with. And that's awesome, macabre. I actually did like her in that movie. I still haven't sat down and watched all of the Everything Everywhere All at Once. I started watching and then I got distracted with something else. And I don't know where everybody else is, but boy, I tell you, this is a great second watch for me. Have a good night, Ginger. Or you're during the day, that's right. So have a good day. Thanks for dropping by. You're right. I don't know why that's weird. They haven't. On True Lies, they're crazy. I mean, that was such a huge hit back then when it came out. I haven't seen The Keep. I need to watch that. That kid is so good. Okay, guys, I had some technical problem with Hardcat. Let me help him real quick here. Didn't look like it got dropped, but let me have him. Let me real quick. Okay. Probably so, Professor. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, I wish he would let go of Avatar. Oh, drives me crazy. And when I've just paused my movie for just a few moments, but keep going, keep watching. I've just got to wait for him to relog back in, and something weird just happened. So, yeah, it said he said it looked like he was kicked out, but it showed he was still in. So I said, well, I'll go ahead and kick him out so then he could relog back in. I sent him out through Instagram. Oh, StreamYard drives me crazy sometimes. And also all the stuff I had saved in here, outro, intro, stuff like that, was lost too. I know it showed the internet was down a little bit on my end, but it's like not on my computer. It doesn't. It's going full blast. There we go. We got you back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That was weird.
Yeah, it was like showed that you were still here. Plus all the stuff I had, my intros to outro stuff was all gone. When I came back and I went to see that you were gone, I thought, what in the world?
So it's StreamYard is causes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird.
So, sometimes they'll show in my StreamYard, it's like, oh, your internet's real low. And I'm like, well, not according to my laptop, it isn't. My diagnostics on computer is going full blast.
Yeah, I need to do. I need to set my new machine up. Sorry for the. I'm just adjusting the camera.
I paused the movie anyway so I could get stuff done before. I paused when he's
Okay.
he's just at the, I'm at 107.29. He's in the crypt or whatever, looking at some stuff. And after he was attacked and the boy escaped from the car, and you think the tall man's been blown up.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was weird because we were talking about
Yeah.
Janet Lee and
Oh,
Jamie
Jamie
Lee,
Lee.
and then it looked like I got dropped or something like that, and then I was full bars, and then I think I messaged you directly,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I got dropped, and then after that I was like, okay, well I'm not there, and then so I was like, okay, well let me. That's why I said in the main chat, I'll be right back. So just to kind of
I
do
got
some
the
real
private
quick.
chat, and then yeah, I saw that it showed you were just not there, but it was still there. So I saw to do kick out. It won't ban you, but it'll kick you out, and then you can log back in. Yeah.
Gotta love StreamYard, man.
Uh, and tonight I had to delay the terror train when Steve he was a little bit late, so I was trying to balance that plus my touchpad. I gotta get a mouse for this thing. I hate these touchpads.
Oh yeah, they're horrible.
Like I don't want to deal with that because I was dealing on Carrie with Carrie stream and
So what did I miss? I guess bye, Ninja. I don't know if I didn't get a chance to say bye.
yeah, he left, and I think that's about it. And Professor McCall was talking about why Cameron's not signing up on True Lies getting an HD release.
Yeah, I
Be,
know Cameron wants to be like full on, like hands on with it, and that's why he keeps like that's why we haven't gotten one because he just hasn't gotten around to doing it or overseeing it.
I know he's
So
been
he's not
trying
going
to
to
do with
sign off on
yeah,
go with that.
because I know he's trying so with Avatar, and I know he's been wanting to. He's trying to work on Titanic for the anniversary, but
Yeah, I know it's kind of like just give up on Avatar, man.
just yeah, I'm like, what the heck?
It's like it's been too long. It's been too long, and you
Yeah.
want to do like I don't know how many. Who wants to do like six, right, or something like that?
Oh, jeez. Talk about doing too much of a good thing. Come on. Yeah, I'm doing a remake of remaster of the Terminators. Yeah,
Oh, he's working on that too.
supposed to be turned through. Yeah,
Wow, I didn't know that.
he was talking about that, and
I'm on
I think
commercial right
even
now, by the way.
even like Aliens
Mm.
eventually, but
Yeah, I'm like on commercial right now. Oh, this. Speaking of commercials, they're showing the trailer for Godzilla, that new one, the -1 or
mm,
whatever. I want to see that.
yeah, that one and oh yeah, because it's that one and what was some other ones that I'll be announcing it later. But yeah, I'm gonna do my first trailer reaction and discuss about the new Ghostbusters. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. That's looks pretty good.
Now once we got this, I can see Dan and I saw Bill plus all the kids and Paul Rudd's in it
Hmm.
again. So it looks like an interesting premise too.
Hmm. Yeah, and it doesn't look like it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. Like they're not going back to the well, and it's not like Vigo again or anything like that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, I'm one of the few people that like the girl.
Nude over at Schlock and All, he had done a trailer reaction, and then I had already seen the trailer, but he said that it looks like they're not going with Vigo. They're going with something else, and
Mhm.
I agree with him. I'm glad that they're not doing something.
Yeah.
They're not going back to the well and getting like in the afterlife where they used
Mhm.
Gozer again. Which I mean, I didn't have a problem with that because
No, I didn't. Kind of
I
closed
like
it
that they
down
actually
finally.
had, yeah, exactly. Like they added to
Closure.
the lore with what's his name, with Evo Shandor.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty cool.
Um, I even liked the ones with the girls, but I didn't hate it. But I mean, didn't love it, but I liked it. But you know,
I never saw it. I just from the trailer I was just like, yeah, I just couldn't. I don't know. It didn't feel like Ghostbusters to me.
yeah. I think that's big window. I guess, yeah. Maybe I like this because it was something different and away from it. And
Boom.
so where you're at now is the car explosion.
I'm here. I'm at the part where Jody just shot the silver ball with the shotgun and like blew up. So that's at
Oh, so you're
108, about to be 109.
up at 107. I pause at 107, so maybe it shouldn't be too bad then.
Yeah, because I got a commercial like pretty much right when you said that you're at 107. It's like I got a commercial and I was like,
Here we go.
okay.
I'm seeing the ball now. So
All right, I'll pause it real quick. I'm at 109.16.
okay.
That'd be pretty funny, Macabre, if they do that.
Yep.
And I wouldn't mind it because I think it would fit like
Hey,
the
Carrie.
sarcasm.
Yeah.
Hey, Carrie, how's it going? So where you at now?
Okay. So I'm at 108.44. He just shot the silver.
Okay. Yeah, so you're like right where I paused it now, pretty much. Okay.
With the pink death. That's what I thought was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you,
Right with
Carrie.
you,
That's how it
Carrie.
was. I feel
That's
you.
why I
After
was
this
today.
week, I was like, man,
My
I was
first day
counting the minutes.
back to work after being sick for a
Oh,
week. Yeah.
oh, wow.
That's when I moved
Yeah.
the um, Piper Laurie's tribute to tomorrow because I had it last Saturday. But it's like when came home, I couldn't in the middle of the day because I couldn't stand up long enough before I passed out. I'm like, I'm not streaming today. Sorry.
Well,
It was the flu. Oh my gosh.
yeah, that stinks. Yeah, this week was just actually it started with last week with Halloween. Um, like on Tuesday, I was like it felt like a Thursday, and then from there it's just like the rest of the week just started dragging, and then this week started and it was just dragging,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh my god, man.
It seemed like October dragged forever, and now even November's starting to do that. And,
Well, it's gonna hit next week because, um,
yeah.
well, starting next Friday, I'm gonna be off, so I'll be off on Friday, and then I'll be off the whole week of Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Well,
like
that's
even more
third
so. I'm
act.
on the home. I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm taking all of January off new streaming, unless it's
Wow.
for like a discussion or something. I'll do a little more videos and get some of the projects done. I wanted to get done some videos and some more reviews that are long overdue, like my Scream 6.
Yeah,
I think
yeah. I
way too
need
much about
to.
that.
Yeah, I need to do a couple. Yeah, I have to get some reviews done before Friday for sure because, like I said, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be traveling on Friday, and then I won't be back
Oh
till
wow.
I'm actually going just for the weekend traveling, and then I'll be back, and then. But yeah, I need. It's gonna be one of those things where like I think I can get the Wednesday video done, but it's the Friday video where it's like I'm gonna have to do it ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to do a video on Stick as well, my defense of it. And a lot of people hated it, but I liked it. And
So which one?
kind of the menu, the Stick.
The menu?
Kevin, yeah, no, the menu, but also Sick. Kevin Williamson's. Yeah,
Hmm. I don't think I've seen that one.
it's just one of those where when you're dealing with well, I can't even say it on the damn streams anymore, but the C,
Hmm.
but people
Oh.
or whatever that whole, it's like you you can't. You got to do partially to bring the suspense. You got to do something in the pre, and when it started to get the suspense, but then you want to have solutions and how they had to go through it. You had to go to the end, so it doesn't mesh. They skip, and people say, "Oh, that's so stupid." I'm like, it's called suspend disbelief, people. It's called artistic license. Get over it.
Hmm.
Sometimes you have to do that. And
Well, I mean, it's just some
timelines are,
people, they can't, they want everything like hand fed to them and stuff.
yeah. And I love the menu. The menu was one of those that people kept telling me it's a comedy. It's a comedy. I go, well, when you watch it, there's a certain point in that movie where you realize, no, this is no longer a comedy. It's a horror film.
Oh,
Now you know who the villain is, but it's still how what he does, and the twist still at the end is amazing to me. Didn't see that coming.
yeah, the menu. I was really surprised by that. I mean, I saw the when I first saw the trailer, and then when I actually saw it, I was like, wow, man, this is pretty good.
On that, the Gray Finds was so brilliant.
Hmm. Well, even
Poor ice
the
cream
girl
man.
that what?
No, this poor ice cream man at this end.
Oh,
He's so
well,
great.
even the Asian lady, the one that was like his
Yeah.
assistant, she was great
Uh huh.
because
Oh
what I
yeah.
tell everybody is like I love how she deadpans exactly the same delivery for each line. Like I was just like,
Yeah.
wow, that's incredible. Like that
So
was
you
the one thing I
can't
kept
get Brett
pointing out to
now.
people.
Yeah. So kept saying other things. We want bread? No. We
Yeah,
want bread? No.
no,
No.
yeah, just the way that she would deliver the same line over and over again, and it wasn't just like, and it was through the
Yeah.
whole movie. Whenever they would ask her something, she would give the
Yeah.
exact same deadpan answer, and I'm like, wow, that's really good.
Oh. La tortilla. Oh. Then it amazed me how the twist, well, yeah, where she ends up in the right, cabin, and it's like she's not stolen, they're not allowed here, and I'm like, ooh, what is she doing?
Hmm.
That was such an interesting. It reminded me a little bit of Ten Indians, just a tiny bit. It was just an homage to it, but nothing major. And Kevin said he hadn't seen it. I said, nice. I'm going to watch it now. Said you should. It's very interesting.
It's shot really well, and I think the acting was good in it. I mean, I don't have any
No,
I don't have any really I don't have any
no,
complaints about it. I mean, it's not like a perfect film or it's not a masterpiece or anything, but I
No.
thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Oh man, here we go. Oh, poor
I love
Reggie.
the controversy about the ending, which I wish they
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't keep going about this. And there's no way he would have let her or whatever. That meat's poison. I'm like, no, no, it's not. Come on, people, go back and pay attention.
See, my theory is she actually like she showed that her asking for that in particular. I'm not gonna say too much in case nobody's seen
Hmm.
it like in the chat,
No.
but I feel like her asking for what she asked for, like it took him back
Yeah.
to, and that's
When he
why
was happy.
that's.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And they,
That
I mean,
brief moment.
it's pretty much right there when he talks to like the people. He's like, "How many times have you been here? Can you name one thing that I've made you this many times that you've been here?" You
Yeah.
know, like it's those little things like that that it's just like that's he explains the whole thing. You know.
Hmm. Right on, Carrie, with that. Oh, Ray finds him. That was like a horror Gordon Ramsay. He is a horror already.
Well, he is Voldemort after all, so
Yeah. Oh my
he's
gosh.
the dark one. Hey, man, is still with us. That's cool. Professor, I want one of those burgers at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just yeah. I said the same
Yeah.
thing. I was like, dang, that looks legit. I want one of those.
It does. Yeah. Oh, medium rare. Oh, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm on a commercial now again. 56 seconds
Yeah.
till the movie
It's
starts again.
always, it's always the right. Always before the ending.
Hmm. Just shopping. What are you shopping for, man?
I love it. That's what we do here. Multitask. Have fun.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got a couple things that came in this week. I already did a review for one of them that dropped today, and then I got another unopened box. I don't know if it's back there on the lounge fly bags.
And I
Okay.
went to Van X. That's when I met Neville. It was so fun. Like, made me want to be one of the gang. I was like, dang, that would have been so much fun back then. Those guys are hilarious together. It's like Nev was so sweet. She was serious. I about died when my kids were all staying there and they were then they went to the picture with me and Nev just said, "Come on, get your kids in here." But of course, the guys that are all in charge of that through FanX and they're so strict with everything. They said, "No, only one person. We got to get this moving." And she's like, "Sir, I'll pay for the difference. Get in there." And it's like he just backed off. It's like, "Don't argue with Nev. Don't argue with her." I told the kids, "I go move it."
Yeah, she was really nice. I got to meet her once, and I didn't get a picture with her, but I took a picture of her
Mm-hmm.
signing another kind of off tangent, another movie that my mom really likes. She likes The Craft, so I got like
Mm-hmm.
a mini poster
Oh, I
of
love
her
that movie.
signature, and and then also for a buddy of mine, I got he's a huge Scream fan, so I got her
Mm-hmm.
autograph for him too. So I was like, "Is it okay if I just take a picture of you?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." And she was like, "All nice and everything," but I never got. I
She was
mean,
so sweet.
yeah, she was nice.
I got a
Actually,
little,
most
I
of
got a little emotional just because Go ahead.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I said I just got a little emotional, which I usually don't, but she was so sweet. She gave me this huge hug, and she appreciated it because she just it amazes her all the love that people have for that for her still now. It amazes her, and that.
Yeah, and it's nice when you meet celebrities that are like that. Like I recently, I met a lot of the surviving cast of Night of the Living Dead, and I mean, for
Mm-hmm.
me, that was just like, that tops, because especially when I met all of them,
Yeah.
they were all so super humble and
Mm-hmm.
appreciative, and I mean, it was just so, the stories. And I was telling my buddy Joe, who went with me, I was like, man, this is like history right here.
Yeah.
It's like, think about that movie, what spawned off from that movie,
Mm-hmm.
and and everything that's happened, you know, be, to that movie because of that movie, like the whole copyright thing. And it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just for all it, you can you can feel you can feel the, like, the history and the emotion when they talk about stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and they're
Oh
just so
yeah.
appreciative. And I shared this with Pugwall, with Matt. um I actually, uh, Russell, sorry, Russell, Strainer, he plays Johnny in the film.
Mm-hmm.
I met him, and then I bought the Criterion Blu-ray from his table, and
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
he took he told me flat out, he's like, you know what, I guarantee that's going to be the best restoration, or
Mm-hmm.
that you'll ever find. So much so, he gave me his email, and he wanted me to email him and tell him what I thought after I saw it.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
So I emailed him, and then he responded back. So I shared the screenshot of his response with Matt, and he was like, "Man, that's awesome."
Mm. Yeah. It was funny when I got up there with the picture and how they all rolled together. I got next to Matthew, and he's about my age, and he's like just acting like Stu. Where he's like, "Man, I'm not gonna hug my butt." I'm like, "Okay, you don't have to ask once, twice." But I just did like he's like, "Nice." And Nev looked at me. She was, "I'm sorry, he wasn't potty trained when he was young." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And then what's that from the uh, oh gosh, can't think of her name. Stu's on doing great tonight. Um, uh,
From Rose McGowan, or who?
Rose
Someone.
McGowan. She was like, way to go, Mister Weinstein." I'm like, only she could get away with that.
Wow.
It's like, wow. It's like, cool. It was awesome though. Actually, she was really sweet too. All of them were. Mm.
Yeah, it
Randy,
was.
oh my gosh, he was a hoot. He was hilarious.
Yeah, I've seen like Matthew, and I haven't met him, but because usually whenever I've seen him at Texas Frightmare, his line is always long. And I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
this dude, he
they,
he like takes the time each and every person,
hmm
and you could tell he eats it up, he loves it, and that's awesome.
yeah. Yeah, my kids bought me that VIP and all that, so I'd be guaranteed it. And I even met Dermot Romy, which was nice. He was very nice, and Chris Serrano was Fright Night's one of my favorites. He was really nice, and
Well, he's also
and then
Jack Skellington.
yep. I can't believe Disney's going to do their live remake with Johnny Depp with that. Oh my gosh.
Really? I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah, yeah. It's rumored. It's rumored. It's not official, but it's rumored. I wouldn't put it past them.
Man, Disney just needs to like take it easy with stuff.
I should have learned from this strike thing. They finally got their pants pulled out from under them with the AI issue. And the board finally gave in. I went, yeah, when every non-entertainment corporate entity is saying they're not going to do AI because it's bankrupting them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people don't want to talk to bots. They don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to see that crap.
They just need to like, with all the franchises that they own, they just need to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Do one Star Wars show a year, do one Marvel show a year, and
Yeah.
then overlap it so it's like where one show is ending, the other one is, starting.
Yes, keep that in your mind, Professor, because I'm doing the same thing. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not. I'm going to will it not to happen. Oh,
If anybody could
I want
stop
to
it,
strangle the CEO of
it'll
Disney.
be it'll
Yeah.
be the professor.
Yeah.
He could stop it.
Because it's like, oh my gosh. I finished it. That's Phantasm. It's actually fun on the second watch. A lot of different things
Yeah, I mean, it's
I hadn't
you
seen
catch
before.
the yeah, you catch other things and stuff like that. For me, I'm at the part where Reggie's playing the guitar after he said like it was
Mm-hmm.
all just a dream, and then all of a sudden, boy,
Boy, yeah.
where was that dog?
That's what happened. I know what fun he did it in with the Netflix side. A friend of mine we got the first season done and they paid for it. Netflix did, but they found out what was going on. I knew it was going to happen. They got threatened by a lot of writers because they said, "Well, you've paid us. There's always that 3 to 5 year waiting period to before you could get scheduled or if you're going to get on." And the thing is, they forgot. Netflix forgot and all. They forgot that. The fact is that since the writer strike, even with the writer strike going on, that clock for that 3 to 5 years that didn't stop
Hmm.
because those deals were in place before the writer strike. And so they're sitting there going, now you were sitting there waiting and you're still pulling around with the actors and the SAG and all that. And I'm like, dude, like my lawyer said, we can sue you. You're deliberately jeopardizing our contracts. But that's what I did it. I'm actually threatened and that's what I knew they finally gave in with even more than what they offered before the residuals because they said it's ridiculous. You can't 59 cents. That's what the SAG was offering. They offered more
Well,
finally, and I'm like, well, you about should. I said it's ridiculous to not include that. And oh my god,
yeah,
at
it's
least it's
just
over for
I don't
now.
know.
It'll be another 3 years from now. It can happen again, but
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's definitely gonna. I mean, they're gonna because I remember as far as I've known, there's been several strikes since I was a kid. And I
oh
mean,
yeah,
it's always going to be something else is going to come up, and they're going to do it again. There's going to
yeah,
always be something. I think this major thing, this one, it's a big eye opener for a lot of the industry because
mm-hmm.
it was the writers and it was actors at the same time,
Yeah,
and I think that finally, that I think that's why it's over now, and hopefully it's a lot. I don't know all the details and stuff, but hopefully now it's a lot
yeah.
better.
I think it's a lot, but yeah, the AI thing was cut, and now that's the only thing left of it. I don't know why that board does not fire him because he's going to bankrupt Disney, especially now, even with the parks crap. Now he's pulling that again, and they're losing fans and customers and guests left and right because it's just my husband and I, since he was with the tour of Newsies, and that's one of his benefits. Because we're married, we have two. We both have life passes to all the parks for the rest of our life, and
Hmm.
we can and 75% off of hotels, and we can take guests with us up to be five each. Three of my boys were in it, but we all felt guilty. I'm like, this is sad. We get all this benefits, and then he's just overcharging these people at ridiculous prices, and for parks and separate stuff. And it looks like that they're pressuring him because you can't do this to park. You can't do it. And because Universal's getting flack because they're not making rides more heavy and heavy set friendly for people. They refuse to do it, and they're losing money left and right because of that. And it's so ridiculous. Money rules everything anymore. Can't change it.
Hmm. Well, it's like even now, like after the what do you call it? After pandemic and everything, and with like the movie theaters and stuff.
Mm,
Um, and I've said this. I mean, it was only a matter of time before the movie theater experience was going to tank because
yeah,
I tell my wife this, and I even tell friends, like I mean, the movie theaters did it to themselves. Like they're
yeah,
the ones that
they did it.
started doing like the big, theatrical, big screen, bigger screens, bigger theaters, bigger, better seats, all this stuff, like the whole 4D whatever nonsense. Like
Oh yeah,
it's like I used to love
I
going
never.
to the movies and
Yeah,
just going and watching a movie, having popcorn, even if it with those crappy foldy old seats.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I never got. I did that once. I think it was. They had it in 3D as well as D box was the um what's the name with the Rock, that earthquake movie, and I'm like, I came out of the theater like this the whole. I'm like, I'm never doing that again. What the heck? That was the stupidest
Oh,
thing. I couldn't get that feeling out of my body for a couple hours. Yeah,
oh,
D
San
box
Andreas, right?
in San Andreas. I'm like, what the heck? I was shaking the whole time. I had to put my popcorn and drink on the floor. It was going everywhere. Just like, this is so stupid. What are you doing? It's like the whole. I actually liked IMAX in 3D, but what they charged for it was ridiculous. What they charged the studios, they couldn't afford it,
Hmm.
so people stopped
Yeah, I
doing it.
like. Yeah, like I mean, I can understand IMAX, and there's some movies that, yeah, like I think I saw the first Avatar in 3D, and
Hmm.
I actually thought it was good because I felt like Cameron did the 3D in the sense that like it immersed you in the world, not just like constant
Hmm.
3D gags or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think I saw like the Alice in Wonderland, and I was like,
Mm.
okay, I'm like,
Yeah.
eh.
The only thing I think I saw that in my IMAX 3D, and I know I saw the last part two of the Deathly Hallows, which kind of worked for that because they didn't do any gimmicks there. I was kind of immersed in that final battle and all that. But other than that, oh, it's just the one they did in 3D was the one about what's his name with uh, um, I can't think of his name. He was just said the movie he was in. Not going into dreams. I'm back and forth. I can't.
Oh, Inception.
Inception, where he was starting as the guy at the back of the 20s or something, tight-roped across the twin towers.
Oh yeah,
I got in there.
Gordon
I
Levitt.
got in there, and I had to sit down. I finally had to leave. I was getting nauseous. I was like, that was wow, pretty effective.
Yeah, I don't see how they would do a 3D movie of that.
And this was
Like
got
of the.
feel like okay, I can't enjoy this. I'm getting sick to my stomach. No, I didn't mind. Like I saw the Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, just a normal IMAX, not a 3D, which actually was great. That last DJ kill was so gross, especially IMAX. That was funny. It was hilarious. I
See
saw Evil
the
Dead Rise
last
in IMAX.
as the last IMAX movie I saw was the first Dune Part One.
Oh, I hadn't seen that. Those movies after. I had
Oh,
the
you
old
haven't seen Dune?
miniseries. I haven't saw the old one, but I'm still bored by it.
No, the Denis Villeneuve one is I really enjoyed it a lot. It
Hmm.
was easily probably one of my favorite films of like the year. I mean, I was just like,
I've
and
heard
even till this
it
day,
was
like
better.
I saw it in we saw it in IMAX, but then like I think it was that the next day I saw it
Hmm.
again because it was already on HBO Max, you know. So I was already like, I've already seen it several times, and that movie's like almost 3 hours long, but it doesn't feel like it.
Hmm.
It's just really, it's good. It's beautifully shot. Yeah, I thought it was really good. And I can't wait for the next one. The next one looks like it's going to be more intense.
Oh yeah.
But
Hmm.
beyond
Oh
that, I
wow.
mean,
That's
I, yeah, I'm not too big on I did see Dark Knight Rises in IMAX because a buddy of mine, he was like, dude, we got to see it in
hmm
IMAX. I'm like, all right, cool. And but beyond that, I don't really. I just like the normal. I'm not too big into
yeah.
the 3D stuff or.
Back back at the time I saw some of them because I used to work at the Megaplex in Geneva down here. But after that, I saw the Jurassic World ones, the first two, and which worked in IMAX 3D, but it's not that big deal. That was no big deal. I mean, it was fine. And the Star Wars sequels, just the first two,
Mm.
and but they were okay. But yeah, other than that, it's just it lost its luster for me. I thought, good grief! I thought it was just 3D.
Well, it's
I saw Scream after watching
well, it's like what you it's like what you said about going back to Freddy's Dead. You know, with the whole
it. Yeah.
that part of the 3D. I feel like if it's done right, I think it can be okay. But I mean, beyond
Hmm.
that, it's just like it
Yeah.
gets tiresome.
Well, like even Scream 6, I saw it in 3D after the second time I saw it. After I saw it the first time, but the regular normal, and it was fun. There was no stunts or anything, and it was especially the latter scene was whoa, dang. But it was, and I feel even the ending was kind of neat the way the just the 3 dimensional, with the stunts and all that. But
Hmm.
it didn't need to be in 3D or anything, and
Yeah, I feel
it
like
was
there's some of those.
special.
There's just some of those movies that it just doesn't make sense.
I did see the original Jurassic Park one time in 3D, and it actually looked like Spielberg made it natural for it. It actually worked, but he did. It was just natural the way it was done. But yeah, I think that's kind of an art that's done. Plus, I've seen it on big screen televisions at home. That 3D is actually better than it is in the theaters.
Hmm.
But people, they still have them. They still have the, the players and the DVD, the Blu-ray DVDs, but it's just not too interesting for me. And I just wish their prices and all. I know the distribution costs are so high, but that's a competition. All right. Do you say you live in Utah or
No, I live in Texas.
Texas? But yeah. In Utah here we've got the Cinemark, and then this the Larry Miller's um, the megaplexes, and what's they're both got good things to them, but they're so overpriced. But the thing that gets me is Cinemark charges normal price for everything. All their theaters, they have
Hmm.
all luxury lounges. They don't charge extra. Larry Miller does for his, which I think is ridiculous. And actually, the ones in Cinemark are much more comfortable, but they charge you per month to be in their rewards club. And I'm like, why would I want to pay for that? That's
Hmm.
ridiculous. And they sit in the Murray Millers, they don't. They just free enrollment, and they've got a lot of free stuff. And you can buy this mega tub. It's like initially it's like $30 a year,
Hmm.
but you can but it's larger than their largest popcorn, and then you refill it for a whole year for $3. I go, that's not bad. Plus you get
Yeah.
points for it, so you get up to for a free refill. And
Hmm.
after a year, that pays for itself. They have mugs that are like 15, and those are like $1.50 to fill and refill, and that's not bad. But it's give and take. But it's just so expensive. 20, even as a one person, it's going to be up to $15-20 a person to go by the time you pay for all that. And it's like I'd rather stream it
Yeah.
and fix my own popcorn
Well, it's
because
just
it's
like here we have this place called Alamo Draft House.
mhm,
So they do like a lot of their thing they used to do. They do like watch parties,
mhm,
where it's like they play an old movie and then they have like a theme, you know. For example, like they do Beetlejuice, right? So they have like
Uh,
props and stuff that they give out to people that are watching it. I just went to a uh, I just went on Saturday and I saw Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. They did
mm,
that, but they did it with a live score, and
wow.
so we were there and we're watching the movie, and then there's a score playing, like, and it's their score, like they created a score for the movie,
Mm,
and so they do stuff like that, and that's pretty cool. And then they have their own rewards. You don't have to pay for the rewards
mhm.
program, and you just gain points and stuff like that when you buy tickets. Not really for if you buy food, but if you buy tickets, it'll kind of earn you some
That's very
stuff,
neat.
and so you
I did
can
that
either get like.
once. Here they had it. It was just before he was going to retire, but now he's not. But I loved it. It was fun. We had wasn't too much. I think the tickets I got were their main floor, and they're only like $20, 25. But they were doing a live viewing on a big screen at the Symphony Hall of E.T.
Oh, okay.
And they actually had John Williams come and conduct the Utah Symphony, the score live, and it was the neatest thing I've ever been to see. It was so cool. As the man himself just conducting his own score, and that was so neat. Stuff like that makes it worth it. But oh my gosh, yeah, today it's just, yeah, it's too bad that they.
I think Man's asking one of us where we live.
Well, man, I live in Utah. I got back to New York to our house, but that'll happen eventually.
And I live in
I, li-
Texas, and then
I was born and
Macabro is
raised in.
saying he's gonna take my crew and go all Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and stop the production.
Production. I'm sorry, it started so that. Yeah, Carrie said, I want to get out of New York. I go, where do you live? She's in Buffalo. And I'm like, well, of course you hate it. That's freezing up there. That's next to Canada. Oh my gosh, Manhattan's cold, but not like Buffalo. Cold. Ooh. Yeah, I was born and
Yeah.
raised in El Paso until I was 16.
Oh,
And
okay.
that place has grown so much now. Good grief.
Oh,
Well,
Man's
Man
in
says she's
New
in New
York.
York. Yeah. I've been here since I was 16, my whole adult life. I'm so tired. The same old thing. We have
Yeah.
a great LGBT community, but it's just people are still closed-minded. It's like, why do you like horror movies? I hate them. They're so awful. Like, tell me why the most popular play around here in Utah County, especially, is Arsenic and Old Lace. Don't talk to me about a horror movie. Good grief, man. Two old ladies poisoning people with arsenic-laced wine, all that, and then burying them in the basement. Come on. And one of their favorite musicals are his Little Shop of Horrors. Like, why don't you do Rocky Horror Picture Show and get done with it? That's the one thing with Val and I trying to get done to do is one day we'll do it. She's trying to get together and do it. She wants to do a watch party for Rocky Horror Picture Show with her and I doing called the audience participation version. We have that script memorized. I've been doing it since I was a teenager. And I think that would be fun. As long as we keep it clean, Val. And she's like, you're so full of crap, Jason. I don't know if she's still here, but she's right. She's probably left. It's so late. That's what we probably need to do because, my gosh, I got to get up so early. I get up at 5 in the morning.
Oh,
which I'm
wow.
not looking forward to.
Yeah, that's how it was this morning. I get up at 4:30 to get ready for work, and I go in at 6. But yeah, I work Monday through Friday, so that's why, like, when I saw that you were flying solo, I was like, I'll jump on, you know.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It was just the last minute. The poor guys, that happens.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, but that's why,
that's
like,
how it was.
I was getting ready to, just kind of chill and be on the chat and stuff like that, and that's when I was like, oh well, when you said what you said, I was like, okay, well, I mean, hey, if you want
Yeah,
me to jump on, I'll jump on.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's been
Oh,
happening. That's no problem. Yeah, Katie's the same way. Her job, that's just happens. Things happen like that. You just don't know. I told her, I said, don't worry about it. I said, job's important. That's priority. Hello, you got to put a roof over your head,
Yeah.
pay your bills. So it's important. But now
Well,
we'll just
since
get
I mean,
wrapped up
since
here. Go
yeah,
ahead.
since you have to get up early and stuff like
Yeah.
that, I mean,
But so
yeah, I
is
don't
there
want to
anything
keep
else
you up.
other than what you announced? Is there anything else coming to your channel? Or
Uh, yeah, actually, there's quite a bit. I'm actually surprised. Like, so this coming week, I should have two videos, as I mentioned before. Saturday, I need to see how this is gonna work, but I'm scheduled to do a watch party with Garrett on video
oh,
tasties of Big Lebowski on Saturday
oh, okay.
at 4 at 4 Central Time, because I think it's like 10 UK time. So
Hmm.
we're doing that, and then at some point, I think. Well, this is later on though. I think this is like the first weekend of December. I'm gonna do another watch party with Pugwall with Matt.
Mm.
He wants to do Uninvited, so
Oh,
we're scheduled to do that, and then
that's gonna be neat.
that's I think that's it. Yeah, other than that, just my regular videos and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And I think only last thing is that I was nominated by the professor for YouTube Entertainer of the Month for
That's
December.
awesome.
So I
That's
mean,
awesome.
I don't, I don't expect to win. It's more
No,
of like
but
it's
me.
nice to be nominated and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So you know,
it's pretty
uh,
neat.
so I'm excited about that. I hope I wish everybody the best of luck on whoever wins. So there's that going on.
Yeah,
But beyond that, I
yeah.
think that's pretty much it. I guess the only other thing was I think I posted it just to check out the Nosferatu watch party I did with Matt last
Oh,
weekend.
yeah. I
You
love
know,
that movie.
yeah, we did that. They did it for a charity. So when Matt
Hmm.
asked me to be on, I was like, yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I'll jump on. I might not be able to stay for the whole thing, but so it's something that I was like, yeah, man, for sure. I'd be honored to do it. So that's pretty much it,
That's
really.
awesome.
Now that
That's neat.
what about yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna just handle something real quick and show everybody so I don't forget. And real quick, and I've got tomorrow. I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna do the come up real quick. I'm gonna do the reaction discussion for the Ghostbusters Frozen. I love that photo when I saw it. I thought, oh my gosh,
Yeah, it's nice.
I can't wait for that. And then tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, we're gonna do the tribute to Piper Laurie. I'm gonna. This is my favorite dramatic film of hers called The Grass Harp. Has an all-star cast. Her and Sissy Spacek play sisters, and that's Edward Furlong and Walter
Hmm.
Matthau, Jack Lemmon. Huge all-star cast, and I want to make it available. It's actually the only place it really is available is on. If you're at Amazon Prime, I'm gonna have an Amazon Watch Party. It's available on Amazon if you're a Prime member,
Oh, okay.
and it's a beautiful film. It's one of my favorites of hers because we watched The Faculty, which is probably one of her most bone-chilling besides Margaret White and Carrie. That was fun watching that the other night. And we're doing that on Saturday, and then on Tuesday we're just going to be me, and we'll see if Katie makes it. We're going to at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. We're going to watch Magic. That's one of my favorite Anthony Hopkins. Freaked me out when I first saw it back when I was in college, and then on Friday, Friday on the 17th, it's myself and hopefully Katie will make it. Hopefully, and then if not, I've also got uh, Val and Sarah Campbell's going to come on for the Babadook, and it's mine and Val's first time. I've never seen it. I cannot believe I haven't watched it. So I found and Val and uh, Sarah wanted to come on. She's seen it's one of her favorite films. So finally get to see the Babadook and finally at least watch it for the first
I
time. And then go ahead.
no no I nice. I'm gonna save my opinions on the Babadook till after you see it. So
And next Saturday, I'm going to do a tribute to Richard Roundtree and watch his. Same thing. I'll have an Amazon watch party for that. His most iconic film role is original Shaft. It's an interesting.
nice.
So I want to see that for him. And I really loved him. He was a good actor of his time. And And then the last one on next Tuesday will be Creep Show with just me, Katie, and Val. Creep Show 2 will be ending Halloween Fest. I share with that one. And
Nice.
then
Well,
take a
I'll be off,
couple
so I'll be catching that because I'll be off, so I'll be able to for sure catch that on a Tuesday night.
and then starting a couple weeks, we're going to do my holiday fest. It's going to be short this year, but I'm going to watch on the 5th, Tuesday. That'll be, I think they'll mostly all be at 8. That's when it's my favorite Christmas Carol, is George C. Scott's version. He's so brilliant in it. And then on Friday the 8th, we're going to watch Christmas Story. And then Harry's going to hoping me she might join me. I'm not sure if she can or not on the 12th. The Family Stone. That's probably one of the most maligned Christmas movies, but I love it. I think it's one of my favorites of the great cast and Diane Keaton. It's one of my favorite Diane Keaton movies. And of course, can't do Christmas Fest without Christmas Vacation. We'll do that on the 15th.
Nice.
Kind of working things out to see. He's going to check with Mike. Craig's going to check with Michael that they might come on for that one. I told him I can change dates and times if they need to, but so that'd be so much fun. That's one of my favorites. And then we're going to end on the Monday, the 18th. That's my birthday. If I'll be able to do a birthday stream, just to have fun, hang with people. Whoever wants to come on, and I'll put an announcement on that on the different, like my live stream chat. I think you're on
Nice.
that, if I'm right. But then that's my favorite, just to end with my favorite. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's not well known. It was called Noel with Susan Sarandon, and Chaz Palminteri directed it. It's kind of one of
Oh
those
wow.
ensemble pieces some people hate, like Valentine's Day, but I really like it. It's not annoying to me in this one, but it's one of the rare and very not well known Robin Williams performances. I think it's one of his best. Very subtle but dramatic that I really loved him in. And so I'm going to. And Alan Arkin's in it as well, and another great actor. And then I'm going to take a break from streaming for a while, get some more videos done, and I'll be working on reviews for those, and hopefully soon.
Nice.
And then funny ending, I'm going to do 2 deep dives eventually when I get to them. The Conjuring films, A Cinematic Story of Faith, Family, and the Power of Love. And then once I finish it, I've just got Jigsaw and Spiral and then X. And then they want the Saw franchise, A Modern Morality Tale. So
Nice. Hey, you got a lot of stuff coming up.
And I've been doing some polls and all that to see what things directors to focus on, and do some watch parties for old directors and catch up, maybe do some ideas for maybe watching some TV series or something like that. Since they're so short, you can do like one a week or something, 2 episodes a week or something, not take up too many people's time, but some of the new ones. And this turns out really well with this Ty West, the fall. So Usher might do that one, and I love doing the new Frasier because it's so funny. Oh my gosh, cannot
Is it?
believe
I've been curious.
I've seen the first 2, and I really, just because it's brand new, it's him. I mean, he started with a bang like the original one, but it's so different, totally different. It's not relying on all the other stuff. It's 10 years later, and it picks up about 10 years, after the first one ended, the Frasier ended and all that, and what's her name, Laura Linney, the character's giving him the boot, and he was coming back to Boston to repair his relationship with his son. So now it's kind of like history repeating itself, like he and Martin. But then he's got, what plays me, I thought was great, was this young actor. I cannot believe where they got him, but he's his nephew, which is Daphne and Niles' son, who acts just like both of them. He's got them deadpan. He did his homework.
Wow.
It's like him and Niles again, but it's not Niles. It's really funny. I thought it was cute and interesting, and some other cast members. So I'm going to finish watching. I think it'd be fun to watch and do some other stuff, and maybe focus some on Broadway a bit, and just people that like stage musicals. I have some that are available. It's very rare, but that were captured on really high quality stuff from London and Broadway. Some musicals I really like based on films, and like Rent, and one I just bought was Kinky Boots, which I love the original movie. The musical's quite good. I'll be
Nice.
doing some stuff in that next and focus on. I did a poll. I think everyone's really maybe do a deep dive with some of John Carpenter's lesser known films, and do watch parties on some films people haven't seen in a long time. like Escape from
Cool.
New York, stuff like that. And, all righty. Well, thank you so
Oh, I
much for
mean,
coming on.
well, I mean, thank you for having me. I mean,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, like I said, I was just gonna chill in the chat and watch the movie, just kind of just chill out. I mean, you know, yeah, it's just it's interesting, you know, to do these to do the watch parties and stuff like that. That's why I like, you know, when I actually enjoy it because I like, you know, interacting and then, you know, dropping my
Hmm.
knowledge and getting knowledge from other people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So getting their point of view and
Hmm.
perspective on on the films, you know,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I do it all the time with my buddies. Like whenever we get together,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
always watching movies and we
Hmm.
movies we've seen over and over again, and it's still
Oh,
like we
yeah.
find something that we're just like,
Something
oh, I
different.
didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, and then they're like they
Hmm.
give their 2 cents and yeah. So
That's
no, again,
awesome.
thank you for having me
Oh, you're
on,
welcome.
and everybody else
Thank
in the
you.
chat. Thanks for joining us and
Yeah.
stuff.
So I know you're late, but thanks for coming in, Philip. Hopefully you'll watch it on the replay,
Yeah,
and it'll
Philip.
be there, and everything's there for you. And the replay, if you want, one of the services you want to use, you can watch it with us and on replay and all that. Well, just before we leave, just wanted to just remind everybody, please hit the like button, and all the other streams are on available, including the Christmas Fest ones are. So if you want to hit the likes on those, help those get out. It'll be nice for you, as well as hit the subscribe button if you haven't. That'll get news for you of the channel. And just before we take off, I just wanted to leave a little message with you. Just make sure and remember, I said that you are of infinite worth. I said that this world needs you in it, and don't ever let any of the foolishness out there steal your bliss. And remember that I said that you are enough. You are more than enough. It's amazing how enough you really are, and don't ever forget that. Until next time, this is Jason the Nice One, and we'll talk with you soon. Peace. See you later.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.